Hi everybody, I'm Cherish.
And I'm Joy.
And we're Tuzicals Musicals. Hey, good job that time. It's so funny. We had started recording a video previously and then our mother called. If you can't tell by now from the title of our video, we saw In the Heights. We went to the movie theaters. We went with our mother. You guys met her in our last video. Anyway, she called and interrupted, and then I pressed the wrong button, and then the video is gone. So now this is take 2. Good thing we're very passionate about theater and musicals, and so this shouldn't be too hard to get back excited about what we just witnessed. So here's our shirts. Out in the Heights. Our In the Heights shirts. That's what we rock to the movies.
Yes.
Also check out. Oh, not my earrings acting up. Wait. Our In the Heights Playboy earrings from Alamo Magic. We'll link her shop in the comments below if you care. I mean, these are kind of hot commodities and really hard to come by. So I don't know. Maybe you could get a sticker, but the earrings. The earrings are really.
Do I have one on my keychain? In the Heights keychain?
You might. We also.
I like her stuff. Sorry. I'll put you in best. Oh my god, we're talking about In the Heights. I do not have an In the Heights keychain. Okay.
We do, because I think I bought some now.
In the Heights keychain?
Yeah.
It's not on my keys.
Oh, maybe it's on the way.
Oh.
And maybe it was supposed to be a surprise.
Anyway, we love In the Heights. We never got to see it on Broadway.
No, we did not.
It's one of the shows that we just did not go see, and it's not because we didn't want to see it. We just, whatever reason, we just did not go see it, which is really frustrating. But I do have a cool story. We saw Lynn on the A train once in high school.
True story. So our what was that? Our history teacher in 11th grade. She actually went to
was it Wesley?
Wesleyan?
One. It starts with a W.
It's Wesleyan.
Wesleyan.
Yeah. Went to Wesleyan. I'm pretty sure that's where he went with Lin-Manuel Miranda, and that was when he was working on In the Heights. I guess it was very early concept, and she was all he would talk about was In the Heights.
I think they liked each other very much.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But we were coming from a field trip, and we were on the A train, and Dre and I sitting down. We were ooh, great. And he's on the A, and it's and we were is that Lin-Manuel Miranda? And she was yeah. She was we should go say something. And we were Joy and I were no.
And get up off about seats.
And give up our prime real estate in these seats right now. And she went over and, I don't know, basically it was I went to school with you, and he basically was confirmed that, yeah, he remembered her. I don't know if that was a good or bad thing, but maybe it's a good thing we didn't go over there. But, yeah. So, yeah, we've been fans of In the Heights for a while. Love the cast recording. Can listen to it. Joy in particular has been waiting for this movie to drop since last year when they got pushed back.
I really like In the Heights.
No, it was good. And this movie was
A+.
A+.
If you feel brave enough and you want to brave the movie theaters, it's definitely a movie worth seeing in the theaters. See it large and we saw it in RPX. Our mom thought we wanted to see it in RPX, and she bought RPX tickets. It was loud.
But I think she thought it'd be less people.
Oh, maybe that's what she thought.
So what we did was we got seats all the way in the back, and so that way people are not breathing over us or whatever, and and so it's a little more spaced out and whatever, and it was really nice. We almost had the whole entire row to ourselves, but there were people who came and luckily they sat way down there, and we were way on the other side. But it was really good. It was worth the experience. I think it was a good movie to jump back into the theater with. We're not gonna be at the theaters how we were pre-pandemic. I don't think, but
not yet at least.
Yeah, because we used to. I mean, we were at the theaters maybe every other week. Maybe, yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
a couple of times a month, I think we would see a movie.
I remember when the In the Heights movie was first option. That was way back, years ago, and I think they were J-Lo might be in it and things like that. And honestly, I like J-Lo, I do, but I'm honestly glad that it took a different direction. It took a different direction, and she wasn't in it. I think this movie felt so authentically like in the Heights, and I think that's because
she's a little far removed.
Because she was far removed, and that it focused on the creators itself. Like Kiara still had her hand in it. Lynn, of course, had his hand in it, and it felt real. And I think it's great, especially for Kiara, because I know that the book on Broadway was criticized, but in the movie, I think she really like she went back to her work, and I mean, as the author myself, I'm like, wow, like she really did a good edit of her work while still keeping the heart of the story and things. She just made it better, you know. She like expanded, and it was a long movie, but you know, you really couldn't.
I know we got out the movie like, did we spend 3 hours?
Well, I remember at one point you were like, this movie ended like 6 times.
It did. It had a couple of endings. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah. And so it was really good, and so should we talk? You know, I should say there wasn't much that we disliked about this movie.
I know.
I would say we didn't dislike anything about the movie.
I mean,
disliked?
No, I mean, I know there were like criticisms about there not being enough like people of like the Afro Latino or like, you know, there are black people that live in the Heights, like people with like darker hues, like actual like you know, people like, you know, visibly like as extras like in the movie and stuff like that. But I don't know. I saw you know, there were some for sure, and I don't know if that happened like post like criticism or maybe they just weren't shown in the trailer as much, and people were just like nitpicking.
Because there was quite a few brown people, and like, you know, darker skinned people,
right?
And the thing.
But let's be honest though, because you can go in the Heights and you'll see like people who look like, you know, they have like family from like Mississippi, and then when they open their mouths, it's Spanish, and you would not, you'd be like, oh, like right, Dominicans coming on shades, Puerto Ricans coming on shades, Cubans coming on shades, and things like that. Like our godmother is from the Heights. She's black. But yeah. But like you said, there really wasn't much that I disliked about the movie at all. If anything, I didn't. That's a lie. They took out my beloved Sunrise. Yeah. But yeah, they replaced it with what's the new song called? Not Sunrise. Not Sunrise. They gave us like the little bit of the Sunrise instrumental. They did, you know, but they gave us the Fire Escape. They did a little nod to the Fire Escape. Yeah, a little Romeo and Juliet. It's very pretty, very pretty. Yeah. That whole sequence is actually like really good, and I didn't like dislike the song that they replaced it with, but like it's Sunrise, Alamanacea. Yeah, and you also said you missed Everything I Know, which I think is a very good show, which works. I think that song works better in the show because it does a lot of explaining. You're right. Of the characters, you know, in like a short amount of time. But I don't think we needed that because of the movie. Yeah, because it's the movie, and if anyone is unaware of we'll point out some differences between the stage show that we know of and the movie. And in the stage show, you know, Usnavi is the narrator, you know, he's talking to the audience, and you would think they would keep that up in the movie and like make it like a third wall, like a Jersey Boys sort of, like how you think if they would have went in that direction. Speaking of adaptations that just don't do it, Jersey Boys was like, what? Yeah, I think when you think of stage to screen adaptations, you want it to be like what In the Heights did. They really did. They did so good. But yeah, as I was saying, Usnavi isn't talking, you know, like breaking the fourth wall, and you know he's talking to. I said the third wall, and I don't want to give away the spoilers because I think they make it a point to kind of keep it a secret. Keep it a secret, but he's talking, you know, to these children on this beach, you know, he's telling this story, you know, of his life previously before he got to like this island, and I thought that was a pretty good choice, you know, and kind of grounded Usnavi into his story and not so much like stepping out of it, you know, and you know, it wasn't like an Oz, you know how it wasn't like Oz like how they film Oz, like it wasn't like that. Oz being an HBO series, Oz, you know, from, you know, way back. And not way back, but
Yeah, I mean, some major differences between the stage and the movie is in the stage version, Nina's parents are both alive. In the movie version, it's just Nina's dad who's alive. In the stage version, Vanessa, his mother's a drunk. In the movie version,
we don't know anything about Vanessa's mom.
They don't mention her. It looks like she lives by herself.
Yeah.
In the movie, and like, you know, they make her more. In the movie, they focus more on her dreams of being like a fashion designer, and
it's less so just like running away from her like situation at like home.
Yeah.
Now she's like, it seems more like she
wants to change,
like a change of pace.
Yeah.
Like, or
she wants to be in a different scene. You know.
Yeah.
For her, you know, her creativity reasons, for creativity purposes.
Right.
And I think in the show, the way she dresses was more stereotypically of how the rest of them dress in the neighborhood, and they made it a point to show us that she was a bit more like fashion forward in the thing. And also, you know, Uzanavi's outfit, you know, in the stage show was just like, you know, like that, like very Dominican like shirt, and in the show they definitely take into account that Anthony is not Lynn, and he cannot pull off that look, you know, like age wise, he wouldn't really be wearing that outfit,
right? And
so they dress him more like very urban, like, you know, you'll see him in like his t-shirts, you know,
he has his Timbs on,
his Timbs is fitted, you know, and things like that. You know, it felt very. When they filmed it, and I was
less costumey,
less costumey and more like real people, you know, and
the movie does a good job of playing with like realism and like surrealism.
It's very
like, good balance.
Yeah, a good balance, and I loved it. Yeah, all the characters of what happened?
Oh, sorry, no. So you were going into characters, and I have in my head. So sorry.
Yeah, like all the characters were more fleshed out in the movie, than say the stage version, which you can't really do so much world building for each character on stage. But in the movie, because it's like larger, we can kind of see
switch perspectives
a little bit, and they gave Sonny, you know, more of like a backstory, which in the stage show he's more of like Uzanavi's like a little cousin, you know, he's annoying and he plays too much, you know, he's silly, you know, he's the comic relief, and in the movie they give him like more heart, you know, they give him something. In the show, you know, he's just young, I think. But in the movie, he's an actual child. And like we said, how Vanessa's mom was a drunk in the show, they made Sonny's father a drunk, and he's, you know, like he's really dependent on Uzanavi, and Uzanavi like really takes care of Sonny because he is this child. And they delve into the fact that Sonny, you know, I really like how they integrated like what has been happening in the world since 2008 when it came out on Broadway.
Right.
The Dreamers, you know, and DACA and things like that, and they focus on like how you find out that Sonny isn't a U.S. citizen, even though he came to this country as a baby.
Right.
And you know, and Uzanavi like starts like this journey to fight for, you know, to fight for Sonny, and it was very nice, and I liked and yeah, the only character we would say that they really didn't do much pulling out more was Benny.
Right. Benny in the show, right? Well, at least what I get from the cast recording is he just wants to be a businessman of his own, and you know, it just doesn't say like what sort of business he wants to go into, or you know, we don't. I think we know for sure he graduates high school in the movie, but like in the show we don't know if he has like a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, anything like that. And in the movie it's still kind of much like the same. He's just like he's
there for Nina's story more so himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is okay. I think I wish they would have showed him like. I mean, I guess they showed
like
him kind of taking initiative when he took over of the dispatch during the blackout.
Right.
Like, like he has like these, you know, this fight. But I kind of wish like we saw him with like a business book or something, or like, or him like, you know, like
applying for schools,
or you know, trying to or like trying to buy back,
Yeah.
like a business in the neighborhood or something like that, because and the story touches on gentrification and things like that, and I just wish they kind of gave Benny a little bit more to do in the neighborhood. I mean, they showed him like he's very inclusive with everyone that we know of in the Heights story. He's at Abuela's house. He was at but I just wish they gave him more to him,
right?
Than to like, oh, I'm Nina's like friend from the hood, and we like each other
for sure. Yeah. I also really liked not really like, but I really like Graffiti Pete. I don't know how big his role is on what's that?
Mom sent something. You got mail
at her house. Interesting. Okay. That what was I saying? Oh, I'm not sure how big Graffiti Pete's role is in the show, but in the movie he what's the word I'm looking for? He has some jobs to do. Like he's responsible for getting Vanessa's juices flowing, and he's more of a friend to like Usnavi and Benny, and he's around more. He's not just being like chased off by like Usnavi or whatever. It's I don't know. I like that. I like Graffiti Pete. I also loved this movie. Has some great cameos. I'm sure we didn't spot them all, but one particular one that got us like really excited was Seth as
Graffiti Pete on Broadway.
Pete. Yeah, he was Graffiti Pete on Broadway, and then I've probably seen him in Hamilton.
In the ensemble.
Yeah, in the ensemble, and then he showed up, and he's I don't want to say weird, but like he shows up in the movie.
Chris Jackson shows up. We're pretty sure we saw Lynn's parents.
Pretty sure Lynn's parents were.
I think they were in like the Breathe. Were they in Breathe?
Yeah.
In the Breathe sequence, which is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Oh my gosh, it was great. Who else? I mean, not so much a cameo, but we saw Patrick Page.
Patrick Page is a character.
Like Patrick Page.
What else? Who else?
Also, yeah, it also kind of like when the show, they don't really talk so much about like the people buying out. They talk about people buying out the neighborhoods, but they don't really show the people. So seeing Patrick Page just like I'm like, oh, Hades,
right?
Like he's so frustrating, like in everything he does. Like it's so interesting.
It was fun. What else did we like?
Well, you missed Sunrise.
I missed Sunrise. Did I mention that already?
And you missed Everything I Know.
Everything I Know, which was like that was Vanessa's song, right? Yeah. I really like the Hair Salon Ladies, which is headed by Daphne Rubin Vega, our OG Mimi, right? She was fun, and it was like Dasha Polanco, who was like, I don't know if you watched Orange Is the New Black, that's Daya. She was fun, and then I'm not sure who the other woman was, but
I've seen her around.
Right, but
I can't think of it right now. Yeah,
she was fun. Actually, their song is probably like one of my favorites to like listen to. Tell me something I don't know. Although it seemed kind of a little fast, but it was still nice. I don't know how much we learned about Daniela in the show either, but it's kind of sad that her shop has to move.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really find out much
right
about her anyway, and I don't think we're meant to know that much. But you can see that in the movie, she's close to Abuela Claudia too. There were some lyric changes in 96,000.
That was funny.
Instead of Donald Trump and I are the links, and he's my caddy, it's Tiger Woods.
Right.
They changed it to Tiger Woods. Instead of I got more hoes in the phone book in Tokyo, they changed it to he got more
the Obi-Wan
Kenobi, something like that. Which were smart changes, It was filmed so well. As Charles said, it was like a mix of like surrealism and realism, and I like which actually helped Abuela Claudia's song.
It was really nice.
Yeah, they changed her song is more in the beginning of the show. Potentially Faye, and they switched it to more to end for her,
right?
And if you're familiar with how the stage show is set up song wise, we know that Claudia Abuela Claudia, tells Usnavi that she won the lotto, and they kind of changed that a bit in the show, and it's not something that she you'll see.
This is definitely something you want to like watch for sure.
It made me so happy. It was so bright. It was so like
the music.
Yeah, it felt warm without being like oppressively warm.
Right. I saw how you were like, I'm just waiting for Blackout.
It's like my favorite like song, and then the Heights besides like 96,000. I love the Blackout. Like, it's just such good storytelling, and to see it like fully like on that scale was so nice. Like, I was like, oh my god, this is great. I love it so much. Like,
now that's back on our over 20-minute videos. Are we back or are we back?
Yes.
But I don't know. Is that all we really want to talk about?
Oh yeah, the ending is very different from the show, and I don't want to tell you because that will give it away.
Yeah, it might ruin it.
Yeah, it might ruin it. But the ending is different. It's a good ending though, I would say. I will say it took me to like midway in the movie to figure out what was happening, and what direction the ending was going. But yeah, I mean, even though, you can't always have every song from the musical that you want in it.
They could have gave us some, right? But no, they really couldn't because it wasn't like that.
They didn't need it.
It wasn't.
They didn't need that the way.
The song that I don't know what it's called. I didn't look it up again. I didn't hate it. I liked it. I thought it was nice. It fit. They gave us our balconies. Did we say that already?
We said it.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I miss Sunrise. I love that song. But I just like this. I just want the people to know that when we first started listening to In the Heights, I identified personally more with Nina, and now I identify more personally with Vanessa. So if that doesn't tell you that I'm old now, then I don't know what does. Like, clearly I went from right, like, identify, like, we don't have to go into that. But, yeah. I'm more of a Vanessa now.
Whereby.
You definitely want to go see it. Also, it's a little sneak peek. What? Look out for another video. No big deal.
Should we close it out?
We should.
As what?
Huh?
What? I said, should we close it out?
Say, like, just saying bye?
Yeah.
Oh, all right then.
Bye. Go watch In the Heights.
Oh no. Embarrassment.